Hey everyone, and welcome to Griff Talk, where your fellow host Ann Griffin, me, Makani Thornhill, will talk about pop culture, music, film, and what's happening around us, whether it's locally, around the world. I'm here to share my thoughts and opinions, and most importantly, build a space for conversation. So the first topic we're going to be talking about is just some things that's going on around the world. Some very spooky things. It's getting really crazy. Honestly, I feel like with the election, everything is just so stressful and yeah. So the first thing is supposedly not supposedly, this is a fact. There was a woman in Canada who works in a Walmart. She died in a Walmart walk-in oven. And when I first heard this story, I'm like, dang, that's really crazy that she like potentially just walked into clean the Walmart oven and then she dies. Supposedly in the report, everyone in the Walmart heard her screaming. It was just really, really graphic. But with further research, it was a woman in Canada. Her name was, I don't want to mispronounce her name, but Guri Simran Carr. We'll put it on the screen because I'm not really sure, but she was a 19-year-old, and apparently she worked with her mother. And when I was reading the report, they said that the mother actually found her in the oven. And then also further researching, I saw that like someone who works at Walmart in the bakery department showed us like what the actual ovens look like, and they said like there's no possible way that she could have like gotten locked in there by herself, because there needs to be some type of like outside force that locks and closes the oven. So they're still investigating that further to see if potentially it was a murder. And it's just really sad and unfortunate and like super, super creepy. And like I feel like my true crime mind is like already going into like who did this mode, because like I know for a fact, like watching the TikTok video, that literally someone did this. There's no way around that. Um the next topic that I have is supposedly there are voter ballots that are being set on fire, and this is just very unfortunate because like we need this election to go as planned, and the fact that people are burning voter ballots is just so like disgusting. And I also thought about like, say if you're disabled and the only way you can vote is through putting your ballot through the mail. It's just very unfortunate, and it's very like annoying because I just would prefer like people to just leave and let the election go the way it's supposed to go, so we don't have problems like, I'm not going to say that day, but when not everyone, but when people rioted the Capitol, y'all remember that? Yeah. I don't want something similar like that to happen if a candidate wins and then people try to say, like, oh, this was rigged type of thing. And I believe it happened in Arizona. That's one of the main places that it happened in. I hope that the police or the local police is able to track down who did this and like stops this from continuing to happen. Because, like I said again, like, this election is very important, and I feel like everyone's vote should matter and should be counted for. The next topic that we have is Trump rally. I'm not going to get too much into it because next week we will have an episode that is just all about like voting in both stands, and we're going to like really get into a debate. But at the recent Trump rally, there was a comedian that came on, and he decided to use the exact words to describe Puerto Rico as an island of garbage. And this is just very unfortunate, and it shows how immature and inconsiderate Trump's team is. This was a joke of bad taste. Whatever way you try to flip it or maneuver it, like, this was not a good joke. And I personally feel like it's very disrespectful to the people of Puerto Rico, especially because Trump didn't help them when they were going through a crisis before. Like, way to just throw a slap in Puerto Rico's face. And then also, this same comedian decided to say Latinos love to have babies, word for word, quote for quote. I saw a clip of this Trump rally and my mouth was wide open the whole time. I'm like, I don't know how it was just very disgusting and very distasteful, the whole Trump rally, like the comments they were making, the things they were saying, the way they were talking about the other candidate, Kamala Harris, like they were being very rude and very like misogynistic. Um, I'm not sure if Trump will have another rally before the actual election, but if so, we already see his true colors and his team's true colors. But I hope that they'll be able to take some like PR advice and like just leave those nasty, vile comments out of the script when it comes to the night of the Trump rally. Like, please and thank you. Um, and yeah, like this is just to show like the world is very spooky. And the theme of Halloween for this episode, like the world is getting very spooky. Times are getting hard. The election is coming, and I feel like it's showing everyone's true colors. And yeah, so we're gonna switch and maneuver to a different topic. We're gonna move on to talking about Halloween. I personally have always loved Halloween as a kid. I remember specifically as a kid, I used to make my own Halloween costumes. Like that was my Met Gala as a 6-year-old child. Like I would go to the fabric store with my grandma. We would figure out what we wanted, like what I was gonna be. I think one year I was Cleopatra, and during the time, like I was dead set on being a fashion designer. So I created my whole entire costume. And I feel like honestly, Halloween is not the same anymore, even for kids. Like I understand it's convenience, but I really feel like we should bring creativity back when it comes to Halloween, whether you're an adult or a child. Like I didn't get the chance to do my Halloween costume this year, but next year I'm definitely going to take the time to just make it a project because I feel like Halloween is not fun anymore. I've seen several Halloween costumes that are just like, how unoriginal can you be? Like I know we love Onyx Luna, but like let's stop impersonating her. Let's stop being a cat. Like let's do something more creative. And I think this year I have seen like a mixture, especially people who are like famous on TikTok. I have seen them doing more like niche costumes. Like I saw Hannah Montana costume, which was really cute and cool. And I was like, I might have to steal the idea, but I think like I'm tired of the cats. I'm tired of the angels and the devils. Like, let's shake it up a little bit. And also, I know us as girls, like we like to be cute and a little sexy for the Halloween costume, but like, can we bring back being funny? Like I want to see something like maybe a Steve Harvey or like a Will Ferrell, like something funny. I just feel like Halloween is always over sexualized. And like, yes, it's fun to do that because like we can all explore and be ourselves in different costumes because that's the point of Halloween. But I think like bringing back funny and fun costumes is literally what makes Halloween Halloween. And the topic of Halloween and spooky season, I'm going to be talking about 5 things that I think you should watch during the spooky season. I know for me, I will not be doing anything but probably eating Indian food on my bed during Halloween. So here are some 5 things that I think you should watch during Halloween. The Penguin series, it is on HBO Max. And this show is literally amazing. Like me personally, I'm not a DC fan. Like I'm not really into the comic books. I'm not really into like Marvel or stuff like that. But this spinoff, essentially it's like the next story in the Batman like Gotham series. And it's like a crime drama, and it follows the Penguin, or Oscorp. I literally had no clue that was his actual name, but it follows his quest for more power in the city of Gotham City. And it's super cool. It's like action packed. If you're into like true crime, I feel like this would be a good transition to like watch this show, to like transition you from like your true crime niche stuff to like more of a like Marvel, DC, that type of stuff, like superhero type of vibe. The next film, well, that's a show, but the next film is Silent Hill. This is my all-time favorite scary movie. This movie gave me nightmares. I personally like to get nightmares from scary movies because it's just like, was the movie scary if you didn't get scared type of thing. But Silent Hill is really good. I can just read the little gist of like essentially what the movie is about, but it says, unable to accept the fact that her daughter is dying, Rosa decides to take a girl to a faith healer. One way, the pair drive through a portal in reality, leading to an eerie town called Silent Hill. The town is surrounded by potent darkness, and the human survivors fight a losing battle against it. It's really crazy. It takes you for a loop, and I think that was like my first scary movie that like wasn't like blood and guts and all of that. It had like an actual plot to it. So if you want a story that's going to keep your mind turning, watch Silent Hill. Silent Hill is a super good movie, and Silent Hill 2 is also very good as well. The next one is Halloween. And I'm not talking about Halloween 3, Halloween 4, 2012. No, I'm not talking Halloween 1978. Me personally, as a film junkie, I just love like the old vibes that Halloween gives. And it's like the OG original like Halloween. So it doesn't get any better than that. I'm not going to read y'all and tell y'all what Halloween is because we all know what Halloween is. But the important Halloween is Halloween 1978. The next film is Smile. Smile, if you haven't seen Smile, they recently came out with Smile 2. I haven't watched it and I might watch it on Halloween, but Smile 1 is really, really good. I'll read like the little gist of that one. So it says, after witnessing a bizarre traumatic incident involving a patient, Dr. Rose Cotter starts experiencing frightening occurrences that she can't explain. An overwhelming terror begins taking over her life. Rose must confront her troubling past in order to survive and escape her horrifying new reality. That's the gist of it. It's super good. It honestly made me stop smiling in the mirror because I literally can't. Like, I don't even want to smile anymore. After watching the movie, you're not going to want to smile. It's like your feet are on the edge of the bed. Like, I don't know. It's, again, I like more movies that are not like, I like bloods and guts, but I'm more of like, I want to see like the drama. I want to see the action. Like, I want to know, I want to get deeper into a story. Like, I want to really develop with the movie. And I feel like sometimes horror and guts, you don't get much of that. You just get the horror and guts. So if you want a film that's going to make you think, watch Mom. And the last one is The Invisible Man. This, I feel like when I watched this film originally, it took me for a whole entire loop. Like, I was just like, because I feel like the gist of it, which I'll read, explains the situation, but just watching the film without like watching the trailer or anything or reading like what it's about, it really like has you confused on whether this invisible man is like a ghost or if it's like a thing. It really just like confuses you, and I feel like that for this film, it does it in the perfect way because it constantly has you thinking, what is this? Is this a man? Is this a thing? And it's one of those like mystery, trying to figure everything out once again type of films. So I think it's a really good scary movie to watch as well. The gist of it is, after staging his own suicide, a crazed scientist used his power to become invisible to stalk and terrorize his ex-girlfriend. When the police refuse to believe her story, she decides to take matters in her own hands to fight back. So yeah. Please watch those films. Super good. Give you something to eat your popcorn with. And also, if you're going out this Halloween, please stay safe. Go with the group. Do not go with yourself. At least have 2 or 3 people with you. Drink responsibly for those that are 21 and up. And just be aware of your surroundings. Philadelphia is a beautiful but also not so safe city sometimes at night. And I just want all of my fellow Griffins to be super safe this Halloween. And lastly, we're going to get into Chromacopia. I know I talked about it last episode, but it dropped, and I am pleased. Tyler, the Creator, 8. He's been on a 4 to 5 year run, and the album is just so much to digest. But like, I think I like kind of hit on that note last episode when I talked about how Tyler, the Creator, is saying, he doesn't want people to like harass him, like leave people who are in fame alone, essentially. A few songs that really stuck out to me were Sticky. So that song really threw me for a loop and surprise because I did not expect to hear Glorilla and Sexy Red on the same song, and Lil Wayne. 3 like great artists. Lil Wayne is obviously a legend. And I think I haven't heard a really authentic rap song that shows everyone's talents beautifully without overshadowing the actual song. So I would say that Sticky is definitely my favorite. I also really appreciated Hey Jane. which seems to be talking about his, I guess, battle with becoming a father or potentially not becoming a father, and giving the person he chooses to have a children with their own choice. And I think this actually song highlights where we are in America when it comes to women being policed over their body and what they should do and the decisions that they make. So I think this is a really good song, and I'm so happy that it dropped before the election. And lastly, I would say my other favorite song is Take Your Mask Off. Take Your Mask Off is talking about how you don't have to putting on a facade, or people who put on a facade and act a certain way just to prove people that they're, I guess, big and bad or a part of an aesthetic. And it's really just a homage to just be your true self, be who you are, take your mask off, don't be like anyone else, be authentic in who you are. So Chromacopia, 10 out of 10. I've literally listened to it nonstop. It's been on replay. I suggest you guys go listen to it. I'm really excited to see more of his music videos that he comes out with. And then also, I'm ready for tour. Supposedly the tour is happening July 5th. So I'm getting my monies and my tickets together. You know, see me there, meet me there. I will be there. And yeah, so that wraps up our episode 4. We've come a long way. Episode 4. So I just want to thank you guys for, coming to this conversation with me. If you have any questions or suggestions, or you need advice about anything, please reach out to the Griffin CHC on Instagram and DM us and just let us know if you either want to maybe star on the Griff Talk, or if you have any questions or advice. Thank you so much.